Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ukraine. It is 5 o'clock in the morning right now. I don't know what currency they use here. I don't know what the exchange rate is. I don't even know if my debit card works, but I know that this is day one of living on $100. So let's put $100 up here and let's see how long we can make this last in Ukraine. Let's go. The first thing that we need to do is we actually need to go to town. The bus that I took to get here to Ukraine left me in the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure if they use Uber here or if I'm just gonna be walking to town, but it's about 4 miles away. I'm sure I can walk that far. It's just really cold outside right now. So I am definitely not walking. They don't have sidewalks here, and I am not about to go walk down a Ukrainian interstate at night without a sidewalk. But maybe this gives us an opportunity to see how much ride-hailing services cost, like Uber. Let's see how much it costs to get an Uber here. You can see here that they don't use Uber or Lyft. They have their own little car hailing services. I think it's called Bolt. But the first time I tried to hail a ride, I actually failed because I was apparently paying in cash. So I had to cancel that. Then I came back, put my card information in, and now I've got a car coming here to come pick me up in about 7 minutes. And we're gonna find out if my card works. It is so cold outside. I do not recommend taking night buses because then you will get to the place you're going to. You won't be able to check into the hotel, and you're just gonna need to wait until it gets warmer. So this was not very smart on my part. It's real cold. Okay. Oh my God, that guy was amazing. He gave me a tour of like all of the places we passed as we went through. And I have some places I want to go visit now. Do you guys want to go visit the oldest prison in Ukraine? It's still active. It's still got prisoners in it. We're gonna have to remind me to do that later. But the entire trip cost me $5.01. So that means that this is how much we have left. That is pretty steep. That's like 5% of our entire budget, but well worth it because it was a pretty long drive and it's cold outside. It's just dawning on me right now that I can't read a goddamn thing. Like in Poland, they at least used the same letters we did, so you could kind of tell what they were saying. But I cannot read that at all. The first thing we need to do in every country is compare the price of McDonald's. So let's go get breakfast. I got a chicken wrap and a Coke, and this was $4.02. I am exhausted. I didn't get sleep last night because I was waiting for the bus. But holy crap, McDonald's is expensive. $4? That's like Los Angeles, California pricing. We can't be going to McDonald's for food anymore. We have to go to like grocery stores. We have to get our food from like Whole Foods. We have to like get Whole Foods, not the store, not the brand. We have to like, McDonald's is expensive. One of the first things that becomes readily apparent to me coming to Ukraine is how much more seriously they take wearing masks than Poland did. People in Poland did not wear masks at all. I'm surprised at how much more seriously they take this here in Ukraine. I would not have expected that. I would have expected Ukraine to be like the Alabama of Europe. And it's not. It's the California. You cannot even get into the country without purchasing health insurance in case you get COVID. Like I had to buy it at the border. I had to open up my phone and I purchased a healthcare plan before they would even let me in the country. So it's impressive, honestly. We are going to spend a little bit of extra money because I want to show you guys how I order food when I can't read anything off the menu. Go get it. What are the chances you speak English? Burger. Beef. No. So we have a real problem here. All of my cards got declined for that. All of them. And I checked with my bank, they're not even getting marked as declined. They're not even going through to my bank. So there's something wrong with the terminals here in Ukraine that is stopping my cards. Visa, MasterCard, I can't pay for things. We're gonna go to my hostel. We're gonna see if I can actually like get a room for tonight. If that fails, then wow, this gets bad. I paid for McDonald's this morning, so it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm in Ukraine or that I'm using Ukrainian currency. It's just something with their terminals. Okay. If my cards don't work here, then that is really, really bad. Oh my God, okay, so I was able to get a place to sleep tonight. My card did work, so that means that only certain vendors here in Ukraine don't accept my cards. Don't know why, but that means I'm probably gonna need to start carrying cash with me, so I will address that tomorrow. I was able to get the hostel. This was $6.37 for the night. You guys want a tour? You guys want to see what a hostel looks like in Ukraine? This is my bed. It's got, I don't know, There's an outlet right there so I can charge stuff. There's a couple other people in here. There's only one person here tonight. So you've got your bathrooms, sinks. There's a washing machine here, so we're gonna do some laundry later. Looks like somebody's using it right now. Oh, look at that. I've never seen one of these things with like a working hand dryer before. It's kind of interesting. Now let's go head downstairs and check out the kitchen. It's got all the things you'd imagine. Microwave. I think this is coffee, sugar, tea, utensils. All of the stuff you would need if you wanted to cook. I should probably do that. I should probably like try cooking from home. Get some like potatoes and like make a meal or something. I think that'd be cool. Nice little space here. While I was editing this video, I just checked my YouTube stats. Look at this, look at this. I have 4,000 watch hours, which means I can apply for monetization now. I won't get it immediately, but I'm like 2 or 3 days away from being able to get paid to make YouTube videos. I am just exhausted from waiting for my bus. I was up all night last night, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. That is the end of the first day. We have $84 left. We're not gonna be burning money as fast as we did today because we're not gonna be using Ubers anymore and we're not gonna be eating McDonald's. So hopefully we can knock that number down. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day number 2 of trying to live on $100 here in Ukraine. At the end of the last video, we had $84 left, but I need to make a correction to that. It was pointed out to me that we should not be counting the cost of the Uber in the overall cost of living in Ukraine because I didn't count the plane ticket here, I didn't count the bus ticket. So we're gonna redact that, and we have $89 left. $89 left up on the screen. In most hostels, you're able to lock up so that other people in the hostel can't come into your room and like snoop through stuff. So the first thing we need to do is we need to head to an ATM machine because a lot of vendors here in Ukraine aren't accepting my cards. So if we can get cash, that'll alleviate a lot of the problems that we'll have. Hopefully we can get a good exchange rate because I know that a lot of places like this, they like to charge really excessive fees. Let's do a little shopping around. I am pretty sure this is a bank. I think that's how that works. The ATM machine does not have an option for English, so I can't read this. What kind of ATM doesn't have English as an optional language? Like, they need Romanian, but they don't need English. I guess Romania is kind of close. But still, no English? That's crazy. I am not going to use any of the ATM machines that are on the side of the street because I know that those will have ridiculous fees. We've got to go to an actual bank and use an actual bank's ATM machine. What are the chances that Idea Bank is an actual bank? They have this ATM looking thing, but I think it's for paying bills, not for withdrawing cash. It's like a regular bank. They don't have an ATM machine in here. So we continue to search. I'm at the same brand of ATM that I was at last time, except it's less busy here, so people won't need to wait for me while I use Google Translate. Oh, look at that. It did have English. I just didn't know what I was doing. I take it back. There's a $2 fee. RIP. So we're going to count that in the total amount spent. Okay, we withdrew $40 or 1,000 UAH, but we only got $38 worth of value. If you try to convert this to USD, you only get $38. So that means that we essentially paid a $2 fee. We're going to count that up here. $2 fee to get this cash. Okay, now let's go get some breakfast. Let's go head to a local supermarket. Yeah, something tells me this is not the cheap supermarket. Just my intuition. Let's go explore the rest of it because it looks like there's more parts to explore. I found my section though, so we've got some like pizza things. This, so 14 cents or 14 whatever, this makes this like a 50-cent pizza. This makes this like a 8-cent loaf of bread. I don't know, something like that. And look at this, you can get like a whole Coke for, what is that, 80 cents? 80 cents for that? That's pretty dope. Oh shit, while I'm here I'm getting socks. All of my socks have like holes in them from using them so much, so we're gonna get some new socks while we're here too. For breakfast today, we got a loaf of bread, we got a little dessert Danish thing, we got a pizza, we got yogurt with nuts, and we got a Diet Pepsi. This was $2.89. And they wrapped all of them up individually in plastic, so you guys don't need to complain about me sticking it on concrete anymore. I've already hit 4,000 view hours, so there's no point in me making you guys watch me eat. I'm just gonna do it anyway. While I was at the store, I also got some socks. See, because my socks, they have this problem where the heels, they're all getting worn out. I walk just so much, so I need to constantly replace them. I bought these like 2 months ago. But anyway, this was $2.07, so I'm gonna knock that out of the budget. Do you guys want a little behind the scenes of how I make the thumbnails for these videos? I'm gonna go make the video for this thumbnail, and I'm gonna show you. First off, I've got to get the right lens on my camera. This lens right here is really good for like landscapes or like walking around because it's really wide. But the lens that we're looking for this is a much shallower depth of field. It's much deeper. So let's go swap these out. God, it's so hard to do most of the things I do with one hand. I'm gonna try to do it though. There we go. Now that we've got the lens on the camera, we need to set this up on a place where it's darker behind me and lighter in front of me so that the light from the window can illuminate my face. We're going to use this little phone holder thing that I've shown you in previous videos to hold the camera. It's going to come up here. It's going to go something like this. This is how I typically to hold my camera. It's like a little tripod. And then once I've got this set up, I just flip this back, turn on the camera, and I can actually see what the camera sees because of that lens. So I can just set it up on a timer, get in position, and then take the shot. I also have this nifty little light that I'll like set up here. Use that for like accent highlighting. You can see here that I took a couple different pictures just to give myself some options in post-processing, but I think this one looks pretty good. When I open these up, one of the first things I do is I adjust the exposure levels because I want my face to be brighter and I want the background to be darker. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to blur the background a little bit just to give the text a little bit of room to pop. I'm going to take a brush through here. We're going to darken that a little bit because, again, I want the text to be the first thing that they see. So I'm going to do that, add the text, and then this is the final result of the thumbnail. You can see that is the one that we're going to use on the actual video itself. Now that we've got the B-roll out of the way and you guys have been tricked into thinking that this is a high production value YouTube channel, let's go get some local food, something hot. This burger right here was $3.06. Look at that, their money is like different sizes. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've ever had to like actually use cash here in Europe. I guess I'm not even in Europe anymore. Maybe, I don't know, this is the first time I've ever had to use cash. And that's kind of cool, that's nifty. That had cucumbers and tomatoes and that had other green stuff in it. I eat healthy. I just went to the store, picked up a Pepsi and this little croissant thing. I think it's full of like pudding. But this was $1.17, so we're gonna add that up here, $1.17 there. I also renewed my stay in the hostel for another night. In the last season of living on $100, I went from hostel to hostel and just like jumped around a lot of them to explore more. Don't do that. It is a bad idea. You'll end up with just like really bad conditions. If you're able to find a hostel that has good Wi-Fi, is clean, then stick with it. Like it's not worth rolling the dice on. So that's another $6.31 up. Oh hey, it is banana pudding. Oh good. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of day number 2 here in Ukraine. We have $72.17 left. And if we average that out over each of the days, that means we're spending about $13.91 per day. That puts us right in line with where we were doing in Poland. But I still feel like we can do better because we don't need to pay that ATM fee anymore. We've already withdrawn all of the money that we need. And if we need to, we can go for a cheaper hostel after I've had my fun with this one. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day number 3 of living on $100 here in Ukraine. And as you can see, we have $72 left. Now, in today's episode, I think I have some ideas for how we can start saving money. The first of which is buying food in bulk. I think that if we go to the grocery store, we get a bunch of stuff, like potatoes and cereal and noodles. I think that we can save money on food. And I think that I might be able to save money on the hostel here if I go up to them and I try to book it directly rather than using like Hostel World or Booking.com. So we're going to try 2 different things to save money today and lower our daily average. So let's go get some bulk cereal first. I think that I can use the fridge here in the hostel, so we can go get a bunch of cereal, some milk, and then have breakfast for the next couple of days. I am thinking eggs. I'm thinking some cereal. Let's get some bread. I can't tell if this is milk. I feel like it's supposed to be. It looks like it's around other milky things, but it's in a bag. Maybe I should just stick with the bottle. I don't know. Here's hoping that this is milk. I also got a Pepsi because obviously I don't drink water. This whole thing was $7.95. You might be wondering why I didn't get all of the food, like pasta and rice and all of the things that would make like lunches and dinners. But the truth is, I'm not sure if that's a good idea yet, because I did that when I was in Thailand. When I was in Thailand, I got like a week's worth of groceries, but I didn't know that the fridge at the hostel didn't keep it cold enough, so a bunch of food spoiled. So this time I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna get a couple days worth of food, see how well it does. If this works, then we can start doing this for the rest of the series. But going forward, I'm still gonna get like lunch and dinner going out to eat, and we're just gonna use this breakfast as a field test. You know, I'm not even sure if eggs need to be refrigerated. I remember hearing that that's something that Americans do, but I'm gonna do it anyway because that's how I keep my eggs. Pretty sure milk does need to stay cold though, so we're gonna do that too. Yeah, it's cold in here. Oh my god, that was not milk. That was like a super sour yogurt. I couldn't film, I couldn't like talk there because there were other people in the room and I didn't want to be rude, but I finished the bowl because I had to, because I purchased it, but boy howdy, that was not good. Okay, but then what is milk? Like, I thought that was milk. Part of my daily routine that I've never really talked about with you guys is this right here. This is a pill that I need to take every single day, like clockwork. This is called finasteride. This is here to keep my hair on my head. I've got a receding hairline. Male pattern baldness is a bitch. But I take this every day to keep my hair here. It was a lot worse before I started taking this like 3 years ago. You can see that. It's gotten much better. I'm happy with the way that my hair looks right now. But I only have a 90-day supply of this. So I've got maybe 30 days left. I don't know how I'm going to get more of this because I don't know how medicine works here. I don't know how prescriptions work. So in the near future, this might become a problem for me. Back when I was in America, I was also using another medication. It's called minoxidil. Basically, you spray it on your scalp and you rub it in and it helps your hair grow. But I wasn't able to carry aerosolized cans on the plane with me to Europe, so I had to leave that behind. So for the past like 2 months, I've been without that medication. Haven't had any like super serious side effects from it, but that's just another type of medication that I don't have access to here. And I really hope that coming to Europe doesn't mean going bald. I got some coffee while I was working today, so that was $2.36. It's very dry. See, and look at that. That meal did not cost us anything extra. I imagine we can get 4 or 5 more meals out of the bread and the eggs. I don't know what we're going to do with the cereal and milk. I'm probably going to have to go to the store and get real milk tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the yogurt. I did talk to the hostel. I was able to get another night here for $5.73. So that means that we were able to save roughly 50 cents by talking to them directly rather than using booking.com. That's the end of day number 3, and we have $56.13 left, which means if you average that out, we're spending about $14.62 per day. That seems really bad, but I want to remind you that we have a bunch of food now, so we don't need to spend money on food. I don't need to buy socks anymore. I don't need to do ATM fees. A bunch of this stuff has already been spent, so we should be able to go through the next couple of days a little bit more frugally. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day number 4 of trying to live on $100 here in Ukraine. At the end of the last video, we had $56 left, and I was out all night last night watching Squid Game, so I'm a little bit tired. We might need to go to bed a little bit early tonight. Hey, this is Nate from the future. I'm cutting in here to let you know that I am changing the rules, but that's okay because I'm in charge, so I'm allowed to do that. The new rule is that I am allowed to make money. Because if you're doing this, if you're trying to live on $100, you're not just going to be hoping that lasts you as long as possible. You're going to be trying to supplement it with extra income. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going on Fiverr, I'm going to be doing whatever I can to try to make money. There's only 2 rules for how I'm allowed to do that. The first is that I cannot use my existing TikTok notoriety to try to make money. And the second is that I need to do this in ways that you can do this too. So I can't do like freelance programming because not everybody is a programmer. So with that out of the way, back to the video. This is so warm. Oh, I just want to touch it. It is getting really cold outside. Okay, let's go eat breakfast. I'm going to try to spend $0 on food and snacks today. For the only expense I should have should be this hostel. I think that'll help cut down on the expense. See this knot right here? When I put the bread away last night, I did not put a knot in it. This means that somebody else has been eating the bread. Honestly, I don't care. More power to them. I'd love to be able to share. I just want to let you guys know that is one of the consequences of bringing food to a hostel, is that other people will eat it. So I just realized that not spending money on food or snacks means that I need to drink tap water, and I'm not prepared to do that. So I will be spending some money on drinks. Look at this. This is the first time I've ever seen Coke, which is $20. Be cheaper than Pepsi, which is $21. That's why I always get Pepsi, is because Pepsi is typically cheaper, but not today. So we got a Coke. This was 75 cents. The Pepsi was actually probably like 78 cents. But yeah, so we're drinking Coke today. I just want to show you guys this coffee shop. This is next level. Look at this, you can sit right next to a heater if you're cold during the winter. This place is huge. I was just editing this video right now and I realized I found a printer. Oh my god, it's got a whiteboard. You don't even know how amazing this is. Oh my god, I can do, oh my, and the marker works. Oh shit, I think I'm in love. I think I am in love with this coffee shop. This cappuccino was $2.03. Okay, let's talk about earning money here for a second. You might think that it's a good idea to go onto like the side of the street and try to sell things or try to work. The problem with that is that we would earn local currency, which is a hryvnia. Hryvnias aren't worth very much, which is kind of why we're here in Ukraine. So that's not ideal. What we want to do is we want to get paid in United States dollars. The best way to do that is do work online. So let's go online and let's find out what kind of options we have for earning money. So first we're going to use Fiverr because that's the internet's favorite little internet marketplace. But there are a whole bunch of categories here, so I'm not even sure which one I should look at first. Let's just look at social media and search for TikTok because that seems to be something that I'm pretty good at. Oh my god. People are over here, they're selling their TikTok following for like hundreds of dollars just for promoting a song. Holy shit, maybe I need to start doing that on my main TikTok account. One permanent video for 150 euros. Wow. Okay, anyway, these are too big. We don't have 3 million followers, so it looks like this person is selling 30,000 followers for $5. That seems reasonable. I feel like we could probably get an account with like 10,000 followers or so on it, make a couple bucks. So that means that if we get a TikTok account with a couple thousand followers, we'll probably be able to sell that following on Fiverr to people that are trying to promote their songs or their music or whatever, and we can actually probably bring some income in with that. For this new TikTok account, I'm not going to tell any of you guys what the username is. Nobody's gonna know. It's always gonna be blurred out because it wouldn't be fair for you guys to know what this account is and then just go follow it. So this has to be completely under the radar, and I have to build it completely organically. You can see here that I have created a brand new TikTok account. I've blurred out the name so that you can't see it. But this is a long-term investment. This isn't going to make us money right now. This is something that might be profitable in the future. I did also try to do those online surveys that you'll hear people talk about, those things where you come up there and you like answer questions and you get paid for it. I went up there, I did all that, answered some questions, but then I found out that they thought that I was in Ukraine, which was affecting my ability to register. Even after I changed my VPN, made it think that I was in America, they still wouldn't let me register with my US phone number, so you might want to pay attention to that, which country you're in when you're trying to do these surveys. Oh, and they only pay you in Amazon gift cards, which is kind of useless here in Ukraine. In all honesty though, I could not justify spending 5 hours a day doing surveys because my time is worth more than that. Outside of this little YouTube challenge, I am trying to run a business and I need that time to build my app. If I was doing like circus performing on the side of the street to earn money, I could justify that because I could make content out of it, right? Those videos could help my accounts grow, but surveys aren't interesting. I can't make content there, so I need to find a better way to make money if I actually wanted to do this. I do have some good news though. We were able to earn some money today. See, I use my credit card for all of my purchases here, and that comes with cash back. So if I cash that in, I get
$3.42.
This is gonna be green in the future when I make money, and it's gonna be red when I lose money, just so you can keep track of where the money is going. I just went up here for the bread, and there's no bread, so somebody ate all of the bread. Like I said, it happens. If you're going to be bringing food to a hostel, people will eat it. But my eggs do look like a little meh face. Like he's just like, meh. This might be bad. I honestly don't know, but I need to use this yogurt somehow. Let's find out. Oh yeah, this was totally fine. It turns out it's a lot more palatable when I know that it's yogurt instead of thinking that it's milk. I didn't get the hostel again for tonight, so that's another $5.73. Okay, that is the end of day 4 here in Ukraine, and we can see that we have $51.04 left, averaging about $12.24 per day. But you will also note that today we spent like $5, which is less than half of what our daily average is. So that means that being frugal and trying to earn money every day will help us extend much longer. Okay, so I have some great news, but before we do that, we've got to get through the introduction. So, hey guys, this is day number 5 of living on $100 here in Ukraine. You can see that we have $51 left. But now that that's out of the way, I know what we're going to be doing for season 3. We are going to Georgia. And if you think that that means that I'm going to the United States, then you probably also think that whales is a group of fish and Hungary is a thing that you haven't eaten in a while. No, we are going to the country Georgia. Georgia is incredibly cheap, so that's great. But the thing that I noticed last night is that their visa stay lasts for 365 days. But to understand why that is so important, let's compare that to other countries, like Germany. If I wanted to go to Germany, I could stay there for 90 days before they kick me out. If I wanted to go to Thailand, I could stay there for 45 days. If I wanted to go to Poland, 90 days. Here in Ukraine, 90 days. The reason that Georgia is so attractive is because I can actually get an apartment there. I can stay there for an entire year. I can get an apartment, I can get utility bills, I can actually settle down. And then if I want to reset the counter, I just walk across the border to Albania and then walk back. That's why I couldn't live in Poland, is because none of the apartments that I wanted to rent would let me rent for 90 days. They wanted at least a 6-month lease. At least that's what I'm going through in my head right now. We still have a lot of logistics that we need to do. We need to get trains and plane tickets and we need to find an apartment, but that's what I'm working toward right now. Oh, by the way, I woke up with a super sore throat, so don't drink the tap water, don't put it in your cereal, don't do any of that. The tap water here is not good. Now we go back to the regularly scheduled programming where I buy lots of food because somebody ate all of my eggs. So I got 2 Asiago loaves of bread, I got a little Danish thing, I got a croissant filled with chocolate pudding, and I got a Diet Coke. This was $1.85. But let's be real here. Watching me eat a loaf of bread is probably more enjoyable than watching me stick water in my cereal, so. I was doing that as a joke. I didn't think I would actually get sick from it. I feel real stupid. I did do that a lot when I was a kid though, to stick water in your cereal when you don't have milk. I'm like, it's actually not as bad as people make it think. Like it's fine, aside from, you know, Ukrainian water. I'm out here walking around before I decide to go get coffee and work. And honestly, I just miss Mexico right now. All of the pastel colors and the yellows. And back a couple years ago, I went to Mexico with my now ex-girlfriend. It was just like a Christmas vacation type thing. We went for 2 weeks. I had no idea what I was doing. We had no plans. We ended up staying in the hotel for most of the day because it was just ill-prepared. Like everything you guys have seen me do up to this point, except I had less experience. So it didn't go very well, but I miss that. I miss Mexico. I miss that simplicity, that kind of naivete that comes from being in a new place, not knowing what to do. It kind of sucks that I'm getting better at this travel thing because it means that I'm getting that feeling less often. That kind of wanderlust when you get into a new place. I just want you to remember that if you've ever thought that it would be a fun time to come traveling with me. If you've ever watched my videos and thought, I want to go visit countries with Nate. I promise you don't. Because I don't prepare for things very well. And that's fine with me. I'm able to shrug that kind of stuff off. If I miss my plane, if I can't find a printer, it's whatever. But if I've got somebody else with me that's dependent on me getting things right, they're going to have a very, very bad time. Like, I don't think there are many other people in the world that can do what I do with the kind of nonchalance that I approach life with. Then again, if I am traveling with somebody, they might actually help complement my weaknesses. They might help me prepare for things better rather than just exacerbating the faults that I already have. So maybe finding a travel partner would be a good idea. Look at this. I was just walking around and I happened to find a little outdoor gym. Just a sec. Let me see if I can show you something. So I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me right now. Like, I'm not sure what the audio quality is, but let me see if I can still do some of this stuff. I used to be much better at those kind of calisthenic tricks. I just haven't practiced in years. So now that we are back in the main part of the city, do you guys want to see something interesting about Ukraine? I want you to think about how cell phone plans are sold in America. You might walk into like a T-Mobile, you might be able to get a SIM card at like Walmart, but I'm going to show you something real interesting here. Here they set up kiosks and they have people outside working trying to sell you phones on the side of the street. It's kind of like how if you go to Mexico, they'll try to sell you like a hammock or something, except it's an entire phone plan with like data and call minutes. I'm making a TikTok right now, but rather than just leaving it on TikTok, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. Here's a fun little photography tutorial for you. We're going to come over here and we're going to look at the scene. You can see that this thing is way out of focus. But if we come over here to try to turn this lens, we're going to turn this. You can see that these red lines start to appear. You see that? That is a trick that your camera does to try to show you what's in focus without needing to zoom in. So if I want to get a perfectly clean shot of that fence, I can tell that this is perfectly focused because of those red lines. All professional cameras should be able to do this. It's called peaking, and it's super nifty. I just posted that exact same video to TikTok because we're trying to grow that account because we want money. You can see that the account right now has 2 followers and about 1,000 views. So we're growing. Not very fast, but we're growing. Another rule for this TikTok account is that I'm never going to show my face in the videos because I still feel like that's not very fair. There was somebody in the comments of the last video saying that I should also change my voice. That's too far. I'm not going to do that. I just won't actually show my face in the videos. So keep that in mind. This coffee was $2.20, which is way expensive. However, now that I'm at the coffee shop, we need to start looking for plane tickets, we need to start looking for train tickets, we need to do all of the things so once the series is over, we can just jump right into Georgia without having like a 2-week waiting period trying to get into the country. So let's go look for planes, trains, and apartments. The town that we are in right now is called Lviv. And Lviv is not the biggest city in Ukraine, so the airport here is actually going to be a lot more expensive than it would be if we just take a train to the capital city and then fly out from there. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look for a train or a bus to Kiev. Then once we are in Kiev, we are going to fly into Georgia. We can see that a flight from Kiev to Georgia is going for about $50 right now, which is fantastic. We just need to get a train to get there. Okay, so that means that a train to get there is going to cost about $25. If we factor in the cost of the flight, that's maybe $55. So we're looking at about $100 to get to Georgia from where we are currently. I'm not going to purchase any of those things during the season because that goes against the spirit of this. But as soon as the season is over, I'm going to purchase all of these things. Then we'll fly out of here on like October 25th-ish and get there by November. Hopefully it's warmer there because it's getting real cold in Ukraine. For dinner, I got one of those little Turkish burrito things. I think it's called a kebab or a shawarma. I don't know. I also got a Pepsi. This was $3.72. Oh my God. This is really good. Can I talk to you guys for a second? Yeah, you, the viewer, the person watching this YouTube video. If you go to any of my previous comments in my videos, you'll see a lot of people asking me to go to free tourist attractions and statues, and they want to see the city. They want to see things that tourists see. So, let's talk. I am not a travel vlogger. I'm going to say that again just for the people in the back. I am not a travel vlogger. I'm a software engineer trying to start a company, doing everything I can to extend my company's runtime. And that means that I travel places. I travel places that are cheap. So there is some overlap. I do travel. But going to statues isn't a priority for me. Visiting old buildings isn't something that I'm going to take time out of working on my company to go do. So you guys can see the city. Like if I'm out walking about and I see something interesting, I'll show you. But I'm not going to explicitly stop working on my company so that I can go visit a 100-year-old building just to show you guys in a YouTube video. Like that's not a priority for me. If you guys want to see travel vloggers, if you want to see what the city looks like, there are other channels for that, like Bald and Bankrupt. I hear he's pretty good. But that's not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the cheapest way you can possibly live. I will talk about what the Wi-Fi speeds in a cafe are. I will talk about what the hostels look like. That's the kind of content that you'll see on this channel. I'm actually on my tablet right now looking at what the prices of apartments in Georgia, the capital, Tbilisi. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Tbilisi. I'm looking at what the prices of apartments in Georgia are right now, and it looks like the average apartment in the downtown is like $250 a month, maybe $300. I can easily do $300 a month just with my TikTok, not accounting for YouTube or sponsorships or promotions or anything. So I can definitely live in Georgia basically indefinitely. As long as I keep making videos, I can do that. I did, however, have to book another night at the hostel, so that's another $5.73 out of the budget. See that here? But that is the end of day 5, which means that we have $37.54 less, averaging about $12.49 per day. I think that we're going to beat Poland. I think that we're going to beat Poland. But I can't justify getting food, like going to a grocery store anymore, knowing that it's just going to get eaten the next day. So I might need to think about it. Maybe I just need to hide my food better. That seems kind of stingy. I don't know. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm checking out of my hostel today. I wanted to go sleep somewhere else. I'm getting a little bit bored of it. But I realized last night that there is another way that I can make money online. We're going to be making a lot of money today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is day number 6 of living on $100 here in Ukraine. You can see that we have $37 left. Let's go get some food. Breakfast today, we got 2 loaves of bread. I just love these things just so much. We got a pizza. I think there's like meat on it or something. I don't know. It's kind of floppy. I wish that they had like more sturdy crusted pizza. But we also got a Diet Coke. This was $2.30. Sorry, I had to look at my notification to find out what that actually was. $2.30. I just want to let you guys know that today's video is going to be a little bit different from the other videos in this series because we're going to be trying to make money in the stock market. We're going to use our $37 to make some bets and see if we can make some more money off of it. But in order to do that, you guys need to understand what it is that I'm actually doing, what I'm trading, and how all of these things work. So the majority of this video is basically going to be a stock market tutorial talking about call options, debit spreads. I hope that I can make it entertaining and insightful, but I'm going to have a time card right here if you just want to skip all of that and you just want to watch me gamble and spend money. Update, I do think that these are like slices of like Canadian bacon or ham. So I do think it is ham. I want to talk to you guys about making money. Some fat stacks, some Benjis. But before we're able to do that, I'm going to need you guys to look at a meme real quick. Look at this triangle. You've probably seen this before. This is the life, work, and sleep triangle, but you're only allowed to pick 2 of them. This is important to understand why you're only allowed to pick 2. If you work and you have a social life, you're not going to get a lot of sleep. If you work and you sleep, you're not going to have a social life. This is important to understand. This is called a trade-off. This is an exchange. You are not able to have them all, and the same thing is true in the stock market. Except instead of life, work, and sleep, you have leverage, time, and probability of profit. Let's look at how this works. If you want to increase your leverage, your probability of profit is going to go down. If you want to increase the amount of time you have, your probability of profit is going to go up, but your leverage will go down. If your probability of profit goes up, your time goes to infinity and your leverage goes to 0. Let's use an example. Let's talk about buying Facebook stock. We all know that Facebook is trustworthy. It doesn't have any competition. Everybody loves it. It's guaranteed profit. Lol. Except seriously, if you buy Facebook stock, eventually you will profit. You know why? Because you have time. You can hold it forever. You don't ever need to sell that until it's profitable. This is what that would look like on our graph. You would have infinite time because you never need to sell that stock. You could hold Facebook for as long as you wanted. And because of that, your probability of profit is really high too. You just don't sell it until it's profitable. The problem with this is that your leverage is only 1. For every dollar it goes up, you get $1. And we need more than that for this challenge. We need to be able to make more money. We need a way to be able to increase our leverage and decrease our time, but still have a good probability of profit. This leverage needs to go up. And the way that we're going to do that is by trading options in Robinhood. I was planning on going into depth and talking about what options trading is and how that affects your leverage and your time, but then I realized that I would not get this episode out in time because that 2-minute animation has taken up most of my day already. So I'm just going to explain it like this. When the stock market opened today, it was doing pretty good. It was going up about 440 bucks. But I didn't think that was going to continue. So I made a bet. I put all $37 that says it is going to be below $339 by the end of today. So if it goes down, I stand to make about $70. And if it doesn't, I lose all 37. So let's watch and see what happens. Just want to pause this fantastic animation to let you guys know that I got another burrito thing. $3.17. So you can definitely tell that fall is here. Oh, it is so cold outside. My hands are freezing. Okay, you can see here in this screenshot that it has in fact gone down since I made the bet. And the thing that we bought for $37 is now worth $44. So if we sold it right now, that would give us a $7 profit. I think I'm gonna hold on to it for a little bit longer. So maybe it doesn't count as profit until I sell. So I'm gonna hold on to it. But if I were to sell right now, we would have made $7. So it's definitely gone down quite a bit. And that thing that we bought for $37 is now worth $50. So that means that we've made like $13 profit if I sold it right now. I think I'm gonna hold on to it for a little bit longer, but we're making money, assuming that I sell it profitably. Oh no, it's going back up. Okay, I closed it. I freaked out. I closed it for $40. So we made a $3 profit. I didn't want to risk losing all of it. So as soon as I had like a slight profit again, I just sold it. Oh my God, an hour after I sold, the thing just dropped like a rock. So I made $3, but I could have made like $60. If only I was just a little bit more patient. I'm happy. I still made profit. We made some money today, so that's good. But I just wanted you guys to see how hasty I am. With my newfound money, we are going to check into a hotel instead of a hostel tonight. And this is my room where I'm currently editing this video. This room costs $11.32. So, oh my God, we have $20 left. We have $20 left right now. That's crazy. Have you guys noticed that it seems like Ukraine is a lot more expensive than Poland was? That shouldn't make sense. So I actually went and I looked back at the old videos from season 1 to figure out why that was happening. And it turns out there's 2 reasons. The first is because one of the nights we got for free. I didn't need to pay for it because I used my hotels.com perks. But it turns out that I forgot to count the cost of a hostel in another night. If you look on episode 3, you'll see that I didn't count the cost of the hostel. So that's why Poland seems like it was cheaper. Okay, that's it. I'm calling it a day. I know that if I keep doing things, I'm going to spend more money, and that's going to cut down on time that we have in Ukraine. So this is the end of day 6. We have $20.75 left, and we are averaging $13.20 per day. So tomorrow we're just going to go try to make more money in the stock market to extend this as long as possible. Good morning, you degenerate little gamblers. It is day number 7 here in Ukraine, living on $100, and you can see that we have like $20 left. That means that if we can make it for 2 more days, then we beat Poland, and that is my only goal right now. I will not let Ukraine go down in history as being more expensive than Poland, just because I can't count. So that is our goal. We need to make $20 last for 2 more days. I do have a treat for you guys though. Check it out. I got a new mask. Living like the bourgeoisie over here. Ooh, look at this though. The Pepsi is 16 units. So we are getting Pepsi today. Because we only have $20 left, I skimped on breakfast a little bit. I only got 2 rolls. I got this little cinnamon roll thing, except it's not actually got cinnamon. It's got like raisins and some kind of like filling in it. I don't know. And we also got a Diet Pepsi. This was $1.67. Okay, let's take a look at their little cinnamon roll thingies. Oh, it's really good. It's not hard. It's like really soft and that custard filling. Oh, I should have been getting these the whole time. These are great. Way better than the Danishes. Before we actually start the day, we need to go film a TikTok. We are still trying to grow this account right here, so we need to be posting on it consistently. So let's go find something to film. This is gonna be our TikTok for today. I'm out walking around, and they are repairing one of their cobblestone streets. Like it's made out of rocks. But have you ever seen one? Like it's just a big pile of square blocks. That's gonna be our TikTok for today. I found a much better coffee shop. This was $1.74 and it's way bigger than the last one. Definitely recommend Coffee Lab if you're ever here. Anyway, I have some work to do, so I'm gonna get back to this. I am currently trying to sell some Apple AirPods that I got with my MacBook. Apparently in Ukraine, they use a website called OLX. She showed it to me, so thank you for that. I did not intend to spend this long here in the coffee shop. I've just been sitting here talking with her, so this video is probably gonna be shorter today. We are actually gonna go out shooting. Do you guys wanna come on a photo shoot with us? Do the whole documenty thing. I think you might be interested to see how they do heaters here. Check this out, they've got like one big industrial sized coil with a big fan behind it. I got some Turkish burritos for me and for her. I'll let you guys know how much this costs whenever I do the calculation. Oh my God, when I get to this hotel, we need to have a talk. We're still not there yet, but we are gonna have a talk when I get there. Okay, I'm finally in a hotel. This is the third one I've tried to book tonight, and I'm a little bit frustrated. Let me explain why. I'm quickly learning that hotels in this parts of the world will use tricks to try to increase their rankings on sites like hotels.com and booking.com. They will try to attract more business by using some shady tactics. Particularly, they will lie about their location. On these websites, they will say that they are like smack dab in the middle of downtown, so the people that are sorting by distance to the city center will see them first. But then when you actually book them and you go there, you'll find yourself in front of like a coffee shop. And you'll have to like follow their email and find out that it's like 10 kilometers away. So this is the third one I've tried to book. It ended up being way more expensive than it needed to be because I booked it like at 8 p.m. So this was $20. That's the end of the season. It's game over. There are a couple takeaways from the season that I'm going to take into the next season and apply. The first of which is that you can buy food. You can go buy groceries, but you want to be a little bit more careful about where you store them so that they don't get eaten the next day. Second thing is that you are able to save money on your hostels if you go talk to them directly rather than using like an online brokerage. So talking to them can save you money. Third, if you're going to be staying at places like this, you want to book it the day beforehand and you want to verify the address so that you don't end up having to walk like 10 kilometers to get to it. And I also learned today that the grocery store that I've been shopping at is apparently one of the more expensive grocery stores. It's supposed to be like Western, and there are much cheaper grocery stores that I can be shopping at. But that means it is time to rank Ukraine on the leaderboard of affordability for the excessively frugal. We made it for 7 days here, officially. And we have to go by official numbers, so that means that this is in third place. It is just behind Poland at 8 days, and it is way behind Thailand at 14 days. So right now, Thailand is still the most affordable place according to this index. I want to remind you guys that the next season is going to be taking place in Georgia in the next couple of days, maybe weeks, I don't know. We're going to take everything that we've learned from this and the last season, and we're going to apply it, and we're going to see if we can beat 8 days. I have got to beat Poland. I've got to beat Poland. I just want to remind you guys that you can see the previous days if you click these tabs. You can see the next days if you click this one. So you can just scrub back and forth between all the days.